guys! So today I wanted to share with you something that is an aha moment. You know, one of those moments when all of a sudden things fall into place and you understand how everything fits together. Start making sense, you can apply it, you can use it, yeah? So my aha moment has to do with toxins. You've probably heard a lot about that toxins can lead to disease. Yeah, it seems reasonable. But how? So I think this is the aha moment that led me to become sort of a junkie, an aha moment junkie, where I started to become a serious aha moment, health aha moment collector. And now I have a bunch of them, and it's just so amazing because with every aha moment, not only is there a gratifying intellectual satisfaction, you also get to apply it, and then you get to see the results in your life. Okay, so going back to my aha moment. So the aha moment has to do with toxins, disease, and this thing about alkalinity and acidity in the body. These are things that I previously had heard about. It's good to have an alkaline body. Why? How? What does it mean? How does it matter? And how do you mean that toxins can lead to disease? And what kinds of toxins? Like if you eat venom, or what is it, right? So, okay, let's have a look. This is actually based on Albert Pischiger's theory. So, the idea is the following. Every cell needs nutrition. So, every cell will be needing a lot of different things, but let's just focus on a few basic things, like oxygen, right? Amino acids, and fats. So, when these things come into the cell processes them, and then there are products that go out of it, such as you will have carbon dioxide, right? That will usually go to the lungs, which is a detoxifying organ in that sense, that it releases it. You have uric acid, which will go to the kidneys, which will then cleanse your body of and get rid of the uric acid. And then you have your fatty acids that will go to the liver, right? That takes care of those. Now these are only three basic things. This is a huge subject. There are so many other things involved. But with these three, you can get an understanding of how all of this fits together. Okay. So you have all of these nutrients coming into the cell. To get into the cell, usually they are transported by the blood, and then they have to go into the liquid that is surrounding the cell, right? They go through that liquid and then they go into the cell. And then they are released into that liquid, and then they are transported and they go into the capillaries, and the blood transport everything away to the detoxifying organs, right? However, the products that go out of this cell are usually more acidic. And a perfect environment for most cells is one that is slightly alkaline. So the liquid around the cell should be slightly alkaline. When it is slightly alkaline, then the nutrients easily go into the cell, go through it and into the cell. But when things start to build up for whatever reason, and there can be many different reasons, then all of a sudden you have all of these acidic things floating around the cell, creating a toxic environment for the cell and an acidic environment. So the cell does not operate perfectly in an acidic environment. That is, regular cells don't, but cancer cells do. So for instance, now if you build up toxicity in your body, you will also be building up an acidic body, which will create an awesome environment for cancer to thrive in, right? So this is just one thing. Okay, so what kinds of diseases can come because of this? Well, so the cell will, if it's in this toxic environment and it becomes toxic enough and it cannot get new nutrients, it will start to die. And when this happens, it depends where it happens in the body, and you can get all sorts of problems. Anything from scar tissue in the lungs to things building up in your brain, or like multiple sclerosis types of problems. It depends on where that happens. And then there is the defense of the cell, because the cell will try to defend itself. So one way is, okay, we have this toxic environment, let's send out some water so we dilute the toxins. Then nutrients will be able to come, we can continue go on living, and hopefully it will all be taken away. So this leads to dehydration. So the cell in itself becomes dehydrated while a lot of liquid is stored around it. Yeah? So if you look at a person, the person looks like they're carrying a lot of water and they're swollen, but the cells themselves are actually dehydrated. And a dehydrated cell is not an optimally working cell. So if it happens for a moment, a few hours, maybe a few days, it's kind of okay. But if it's a chronic condition, then you start to develop all sorts of different problems. Okay, so that's one way it can defend itself. It can also defend itself by taking calcium from the bones. Then we can lower the pH value, make it, increase the pH value so that it's not as acidic, it becomes more alkaline. A better environment for the cell. However, then you get all sorts of problems with the calcium. And it can be anything from kidney stones to deposits in other parts of your body. Anything from a heel spur, from varicose veins to problems with heart disease because of that. So basically, this is the idea, that when for whatever reason we cannot get rid of the toxins, we start getting problems with an acidic body, and disease starts to appear in the body as well. Okay, so if you like these kinds of aha moments like I do, then I invite you to join me. And I have created an inner circle. It's called the Health Edge, and this is where I'm sharing all of my aha moments, but in a deeper, more profound way. So there's material, written material with all sorts of references to very often fairly recent research, and sometimes not so recent research, and research that has been forgotten pretty much. But it's all about all of those little things that make you go, now I get it. Plus, I have added all sorts of little ways of applying that to your life right now. So if you join me right now, you'll get access to, an article about what I've just been talking about in greater detail, and also to my insights about melatonin, which is pretty amazing, and the healing power of light, that a lot of us have certain types of habits that just are so damaging for us, and we have no idea about it. And it's so easy to fix. Sometimes you just fix things in your house. You don't even have to change your habits to improve your health. So all of that is available for you for free right now. And if you like it, try it, read it, apply it, and think, hey, this could be good for me, then I invite you to stay on and really join my Health Edge program, which will give you information once a month. Okay, so thanks for watching.